In the vibrant heart of Los Angeles, under the twinkling lights of the Brookside at the Rose Bowl venue, pop sensation Chappell Roan took to the stage on a balmy Friday evening, ready to deliver not just her signature hits but a raw, unfiltered piece of her soul. The air was thick with anticipation as fans, a sea of glitter-dusted faces and waving hands, gathered to celebrate the artist who has become a beacon for the queer community and a voice for the misunderstood. Roan, with her flamboyant costumes and powerhouse vocals, has always been more than a performer. She's a storyteller weaving tales of personal triumph over adversity into anthems like Good Luck, Babe, and Pink Pony Club. But on this night, amid the pulsing beats and euphoric cheers, she paused, microphone in hand, to share a deeply personal reflection that would soon ignite a firestorm far beyond the concert grounds. Roan began by tracing her roots back to the flat, conservative landscapes of Missouri, where she grew up navigating the complexities of small-town life as a young, aspiring artist with dreams bigger than the horizon. "I've been living here 9 years," she confessed to the crowd, her voice steady yet laced with emotion. "I'm originally from Missouri and I had a really tough time the first 5 years. Those early days in California were a gauntlet of uncertainty, late-night gigs in dimly lit clubs, scraping by on ramen and rejection letters, and the constant ache of homesickness mingled with the thrill of reinvention. Los Angeles, with its sprawling chaos and hidden kindnesses, became her sanctuary, a city that tested her resilience but ultimately cradled her ascent to stardom." She spoke of the unbreakable spirit of the place, how it had weathered storms both literal and metaphorical, emerging stronger each time. Her words turned poignant as she evoked the harrowing wildfires that had scorched the region earlier in the year, leaving trails of ash and heartbreak in their wake. "I'm not going to be eloquent about this," she admitted with a wry smile, "but I loved LA more than ever when I saw how the community came together in Altadena to help, same with the Palisades." Images flashed in her mind, neighbors banding together to distribute water and meals, volunteers sifting through rubble for cherished heirlooms, strangers becoming family in the face of loss. These acts of collective defiance against nature's fury mirrored the personal battles Roan had fought, against doubt, against societal expectations, against the very systems that seek to divide. "I just realized that I'm so lucky to be able to live here and to play here," she continued, her eyes scanning the crowd as if to include each soul in her gratitude. "And the city has taken care of me, and it's my duty to take care of it back." It was a vow, a pledge etched in the sweat and stardust of the stage, reminding everyone that fame isn't a pedestal but a platform for reciprocity. But then, in a moment that shifted the evening's energy from introspective to incendiary, Roan unleashed a declaration that echoed like thunder through the arena. "FKIC forever," she proclaimed, her voice cutting through the music like a blade. The words hung in the air, raw and unapologetic, before she repeated them for emphasis, each syllable a defiant roar against the machinery of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. The crowd, sensing the gravity and the gall, erupted in a cacophony of cheers and chants, their voices rising in solidarity. "FKIC. F***KIC. Reverberated off the walls, a spontaneous symphony of protest that transformed the concert into a rally. For Roan, this wasn't mere provocation. It was a culmination of witnessing friends and fans ensnared in a web of bureaucracy and brutality, families fractured by raids that cared little for nuance or humanity. Her outburst was the sound of a generation refusing to stay silent, channeling the frustration of those whose stories rarely make headlines. Word of the chant spread like wildfire, ironically, given the context. Across social media platforms within hours, clips of the moment going viral as fans dissected its implications. By morning, it had reached the corridors of power, prompting a swift and stinging rebuke from the Department of Homeland Security. Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs Tricia McLaughlin, undeterred by the artist's rising influence, fired back in a statement that was equal parts defense and dismissal. "Pink Pony Club is good. Pedophiles are bad. That's who we're getting off of our streets," she declared curtly. "Get a grip." The retort was a masterclass in deflection, zeroing in on the agency's focus on high-profile criminal apprehensions while glossing over the broader criticisms of overreach. McLaughlin's words painted IC as a noble guardian, purging society of its darkest elements, but they landed amid a growing chorus of scrutiny that questioned the agency's methods and metrics. This exchange unfolded against a backdrop of escalating tension in U.S. immigration policy, where enforcement has become a lightning rod for debate. A recent investigative report highlighted a troubling shift. Immigrants with no criminal record now constitute the largest demographic in immigration detention facilities, outnumbering those with charges by a significant margin. Stories abound of day laborers snatched from construction sites, parents pulled over for routine traffic stops, and community pillars deported for paperwork oversights from decades past. Roan's chant then wasn't isolated, it was a flare in the dark, illuminating the human cost of policies that prioritize quotas over compassion. As the artist herself has not yet issued a public response to McLaughlin's jab, the silence speaks volumes, perhaps a strategic pause, allowing the conversation to simmer and spread.